And as you know, we always start with a previously on.
It's obvious that's why
What up,
Vicky
historian?
hates you. Your dad helped bump off her parents.
Why would my father have the Vales killed?
I never said he killed the Vales. She was born in Arkham. Victoria Arkham.
How is
Sawyer, I
everyone's
think you
day
should
gone?
get out of Gotham. It's not just Harvey. The children of Arkham are after you. It's not safe right now.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
What up, Fred Tim? Yeah, historian, right? Obviously, there's no obligation to stay the entire time, but we're always happy to have you. And I'll put this up on YouTube if you did want to catch the tail end of it.
Drugs destroyed. That's what a leader does.
Fred Tim, I'm curious. What's the history behind your name?
Batman. Without me.
Yeah, this is the last chapter, historian.
Doomed.
And then next week we'll go into a different game.
Nice work, Batman. My job's not done yet. I still need to find Lady Arkham before it's too late.
Bruce, all of your bat tech is linked to this computer. If you take it offline, it will all be inoperable.
That's cool.
If Penguin hacks in, he'll have control of all of it.
Have you always baked bread, or is it? It's a little exciting for people who don't know how to bake bread. Have you always done that, or just gotten into it recently? Because I know a lot of people have been trying to bake bread ever since being stuck at home. Cool. I don't know how to bake. Whenever I bake with my fiance, we always just get like the pre-made stuff that we can just kind of put on a baking sheet and put in the oven.
Breaking news. The children of Arkham have taken hostages. High-profile Gotham citizens, including Police Commissioner Peter Grogan, who was taken while attempting to intervene. I repeat, the children of Arkham have taken hostages.
Alright, so to remind everyone, right, so I've used this game to teach about how dialogue choices are used in games, and we played this chapter of the game last week, and it's a little sad. It was actually the last week of my gaming class, so I won't be able to teach with video games again until next year.
Batman's sighted, boss.
Right on top.
Oh boy.
Commissioner, get to safety.
Yeah, I'm so sad. Like, I'm so happy for them, but it's just like I'm gonna miss them. I'm already feeling the separation anxiety.
Batman! No! It's a trap!
So this is interesting. This scene is new because it's new, and my students didn't play this scene because of the choices that they had made previously. So this is an entire new thing for me.
Not now.
So yeah, so that's the commissioner, and so it's kind of typical, right? So he dies no matter what, it seems, or he gets shot no matter what, but how it happens is completely different than how it turned out for my students.
You have to stop them. Save our city.
Because in the last episode we went to save my house instead of saving the company, but with my students they chose to go save the company and let the house burn down.
He's gone.
And that's why my gadget didn't work out there, because we didn't save the company, so now my tech is all messed up because of Cobblepots. And yeah, Soren, especially sad because like I've been together with them for 4 years, and now we're all stuck at home, so it's not even like a proper goodbye. But knowing them, they'll probably all come visit at some point next year.
Alfred.
Oh, thank God. With the comms offline, I've no idea what's happening out there. I always fear the worst.
I need to get back to the Batcave. Figure out Penguin's next move. I can't let him keep hurting innocent... Penguin improved the armor.
Our graduation could be completely online, so no in-person graduation.
What's your point?
My point is, you're at the end of your rope. You can't even stop me offing a police commissioner. Without your toys, you're nothing. Just turn yourself over to my men. Scouts honor, they'll go easy on you.
Grogan's death is on you.
See, this is all cool because we went to stop Two-Face last week. All of this is new for me. I haven't seen this before.
Unlike this drone here, which is designed to cause quite a bit of pain.
I think he knows that's Cobblepot. Pretty sure he knows.
No, come on, just stay put.
An Animal Crossing graduation sounds awesome.
Oh, bloody!
If I could just find a way to hack into it, I can get to Penguin.
Wire into my phone.
Anything?
I also noticed that my bat suit is still kind of messed up. Into his personal flip phone. And not just any phone, an old school flip phone.
Another trap.
One of his
I think that's
men
the most
used to
unrealistic
devise
thing about this
the
game.
target marker. If Penguin has more devices like that,
The Batsuit will be a liability.
it's already in bad shape. It couldn't protect me from a knife, let alone Penguin's new arsenal. If Batman can't take the fight to Penguin, maybe Bruce Wayne can.
Ooh, this
Face
is interesting.
Penguin as Bruce. Without your armor, you'll be more vulnerable, but far from helpless.
Penguin wants hostages to bait Batman. Bruce Wayne will be the perfect hostage.
You can get close and strike.
It is
when
not
he
in
least
bad shape.
expects it.
Besides, I won't be going alone. Get Gordon on the line. Give him our files on Oswald Cobblepot. Tell him that we did a little digging after he took my position as CEO. He should know who really killed Commissioner Grogan, and that the killer will be in Cobblepot Park. Tell him that Bruce Wayne...
Tell me
will be
more.
there.
Cleope, tell me more. I'm interested. I don't know if I've actually seen the next movie, or if I have, I did probably like 15 years ago.
Lieutenant, these officers are at risk. Penguin is...
Wayne, get back!
Hey, seriously, don't be a cop in Gotham. It's why are there police officers in Gotham? No one would want this job.
I saw some kind of transmitter hidden behind the statue.
Hey, give us room.
Transmitter.
Wayne Tech.
Controlling the drones.
God damn it! Some of my officers are still in there. I'm not gonna let some poop-fit thief kill my men!
If you can destroy the transmitter, Oswald loses control of the drones.
How do you know so much
There's
about
no way to
technology?
get to it. You
Bruce.
heard Martinez.
Lieutenant, you need a distraction. I can keep him talking while you get into position.
How the hell are you gonna do that?
I don't think listening to the guy who publicly attacked him is at the top of his priority list.
I'm the last person Oswald will expect. I can use that.
This isn't a gala, Mr. Wayne.
So this is the first time that I'm actually thinking that dialogue choices do
Trust me, Lieutenant.
play an important role
I'm your best
in
shot
the
at getting
game,
those
because this
officers
is
out
really
alive.
completely different than
This is
if
insane.
you chose the opposite route in the previous
I'm all
episode,
out of options.
which is very cool. It's actually nice to see
I'll
that
go
they
in around the
flesh
back.
this out as much
He
as they are.
sees me.
He won't. I'll keep him focused on me. You will get your chance.
Keep the perimeter tight. If he suspects anything before those drones are offline, we're both dead.
Same device that fried the suit.
Everything needs more Gary Oldman.
It's a hell of a trap, Oz.
Do you mean if you were a police officer and a billionaire came up to you and said, "Let me walk in there, I can handle it," you wouldn't let them do that? You have to go put that in the pun thread in Discord.
I hate them, Bruce. I really, really hate them. Making fun because my mum. Because she's
I still don't know why they made him
Those
British,
bullies aren't coming back.
because it's kind of taking me out of
They're
it.
not. Oh. They say bad things about my family.
Do not be hating on Clark Kent's glasses. It's a national treasure.
I'll smash all the damn faces.
Get the word out, eh? All the channels. The Penguin's got a Wayne in Cobblepot Park.
Oswald!
Bruce! Welcome! The pigs are making it hard to bring in the bait for Batman. But now that you're here, I have the perfect lure. Not that I'm upset, but what does bring you by?
What
Never
does bring
known
you
a
by? I'm here to
Wayne
stop
to
you.
stick
You
his
have
neck
something in
out.
mind. I just want to talk.
Feels too good to be true.
You have something of mine. I don't even know what he has, so now I'm interested.
You have something of mine. And I want it back.
And what thing is that, eh? Your company, your tower, your precious reputation? I've
Oh, he's got a
taken
lot of
so
things in mind.
very many things from you, Bruce, that I wouldn't know where to start. Still, I'm chuffed you popped by. So far, only Gotham's finest have bothered to show. They paid for sticking their snouts in where they don't belong. You know, I'm surprised Batman's not already here to save you. He's usually so on top of everything. Maybe I need to cause a few more screams.
Maybe he knows it's a trap. You haven't exactly been
So the police officers know
See,
that
that's the
Penguin
thing
is
about
Cobblepot now,
Batman.
right?
You dangle an
You would
innocent
assume
life in
so.
front of him, and he has to show he can't help himself. And when he arrives, oh ho ho, the lights, the sounds, the blood running into the gutters.
You don't
Once
like
he's
his
out of picture, there'll be
jeans and
nothing
hoodie?
left in our way. Mine or Lady Arkham's. She's got some pretty big ideas for the city, and they're about to kick into gear.
I like calling people an idiot.
Stupid are you? Do you actually believe her ravings?
Hold up, I
She's
chose
right enough.
idiot and then he said
There needs
stupid.
to be a changing of the guard. My motives are all very personal.
Took me, my immersion's ruined.
It wasn't so long ago that you and me met in this very park. Me crawling out of the gutter. You looking down from on high. Take a gander at us now, eh? Night and day.
Why would he take off his mask in front of the police?
All I see is a thief. A low-life thug who stole my life.
I saw an opportunity and I took it, which is more than you ever had to do.
You're right, I shouldn't have asked. I should know better.
Damn it! Where the hell is he? He's usually so bloody prompt. Unless... This wouldn't be some kind of plan, would it? You working with the Bat? Did you really come here all alone, Bruce?
Why, Oz? Are you scared of Batman?
Might be, if I weren't so certain of my upper hand, as it were. Not that you
I remember that in
after
Horizon Zero
yourself.
Dawn, but I do absolutely adore that game.
You
I thought it was
certainly
great.
do know how to beat down an unarmed man.
And I'm
I mean, the
greatly
drug only
anticipating
reveals
the
your true feelings.
sequel whenever it does come out.
Felt like you were working out some issues there, hey Bruce?
You pissed me off, Oz. So you got what was coming to you.
Oh, I'll tell you what's coming to me. Revenge! And it's about bloody time. Your father locked my mum in Arkham Asylum to steal our fortune.
Sure, it's a pretty shitty thing to do. I understand why you're angry.
Suicide! The Waynes caused the ruin of my entire bloody family. Enough of this! You trying to get me all shaken up? I'm not waiting any longer. Batman be damned. We're done chatting, old friend. I'm releasing these drones. They'll make mutton out of you and all.
Ooh, I'm gonna be an asshole.
Your mother deserved Arkham. You heard me. She was insane, unfit to walk the streets. And you know it.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you, you... Oh, bloody hell!
Alright, so I'm currently trying to play and text with one of my students at the same time because one of them decided to have a conversation with me at night. Oh, that's silly.
Bruce! You bastard!
You got a lot to answer for.
Oh, you bloody pigs! How's this for an answer?
Honestly, that's impressive, to be able to spit from the ground up towards and hit someone in the face.
Enjoy prison, Cobblepot. It's where you're gonna spend the rest of your life.
Freedom is rights. I gotta admit, you surprised me. You were right about this one. Gotham owes you a debt. The GCPD
Did you guys
does
see that
too.
smoke animation?
I won't forget it. Thank you.
Look at that smoke animation. I can't tell if that's a glitch.
You and me both, Lieutenant.
I won't argue there.
That's not supposed to look like that.
Do you think this changes anything, do ya? Lady Arkham's gonna have your heads served up on a platter.
He has a point. We just took down Lady Arkham's
I enjoy
top
me
man.
my Telltale
She's not
games,
gonna stand
but
for
they
this.
definitely
No,
have some issues when it comes to the engine
Never
that
thought
they
I'd
use.
say this, but I hope to God that Batman has a better idea where she is than we do.
So I think I also, because we chose to save our house last time, I enjoyed this opening scene more than the other way around. So when my students chose to save the company, you would stop Cobblepot last episode, and at the beginning of this episode, you ended up going against Two-Face
How go
at
the repairs?
your house. But I think both scenes were cooler
Going
this time
offline
around.
kept Penguin from finding the Batcave, but it also scrambled our system.
What up, Space Cowboy?
The Bat computer barely runs, and worse, most of my tech isn't working. It's going to take time to get everything up and running again. If it gets running again. It's going to make tracking down Lady Arkham a hell of a lot harder.
That's
You've
good. I
proven
want it to
that
be
you
harder.
don't need armor or gadgets to help this city. In the end,
Bruce Wayne was the one to stop Penguin.
Which is cool, because one of the points of this game is that it's just as much a Bruce story as it is a Batman story.
These last few weeks, I worry about the toll they've taken on you. Facing off against Harvey and Oswald in a matter of days.
He's still new at this. It's only his first
toll.
2 years as Batman.
Those were men you once trusted, and after finding out what you did about your father, people must seem a great disappointment to you. Always letting you down, even those who
And you, Alfred.
Well, not all people. You've never disappointed me, Alfred.
But I have. Everything that happened, I could have stopped it if I'd done something all those years ago. This is my fault. All of it. I told you I wanted to leave your
Alfred,
father's
do not blame
employ.
yourself. It's never your fault.
But if only I had the
You're
guts
perfect.
to do something instead. Your mother, she wanted that.
I am a little sad that we did not get. Well, I guess now we'll see with the Snyder Cut Justice League movie coming out. But I like Jeremy Irons a lot, and I was sad that we didn't get more of him as Alfred.
Oswald, even Harvey.
Whose fault it is doesn't matter, Alfred. What does is that we stop them.
You're right, sir.
The children
I'm
of
always
Arkham
right,
are
I'm
still
Batman.
out there, and Lady Arkham.
With both Penguin and Mayor Dent off the board, she's the only remaining piece.
Hello,
We need to figure out her next move.
Ortholetti. I have no
The
idea
only
if I
thing we
pronounced
do
that
know is
right.
that she moved
Probably
on from a
didn't
plan
because
that
I'm not
appears
good
in
at
the
reading.
city. With Penguin gone and my CEO access restored, I can finally log into Wayne Enterprises and see exactly what Oswald was doing during his time in charge. If I cross-reference that with all the data we have on Vicky Vale, we might be able to figure out the Children of Arkham's next move.
Ortholetti, cool. I took a shot in the dark there, and alright, what am I doing? Let's look at the error
Damn
first.
it. I can't access the news feed.
That was dramatic. He even stood up while saying damn it.
Damn it. Still offline.
Okay.
I need to get this working again. Vicky Vale, mid-30s, reported
Swear to Me is
Gotham
probably one of my
Gazette,
favorite moments from
and
Batman
not in
Begins.
the public record. Her true name,
Even though it's been memed
Victoria
into...
Arkham.
To think she was here.
I don't
in
even
the
know.
manor.
What am I trying to say?
She gave
It's been
nothing
memed to
away
death.
of her
There we
true
go.
nature then.
The Gazette's records of the articles written by Vicky Vale. This record isn't complete.
You're right. There are notable gaps between entries. But yet, it doesn't seem she ever left the Gazette's employ. So what was she doing in that time?
This
Yeah, I think
record
Batman
wouldn't be
Begins is probably the
easy
best
to alter.
Batman movie.
Seeing what Oswald was up to could give us a fresh perspective.
But I just love The Dark Knight. I think it's great. But Batman
The
Begins is
Children
special.
of Arkham. Their symbol dates back much farther than their terrorist activity. They formed to get justice for those wronged at Arkham Asylum. But the message fell on deaf ears. Until they found a leader Gotham couldn't ignore.
He went to Oxford, so
Vicky
he can
embraced
read
this
fast.
identity to follow through on her twisted
I'm
crusade.
totally making that up. I have no idea where he
Her
went to
mask
school.
inspires
I know he's in the
fear.
military, though.
Not unlike Batman.
I just need to find her.
I do not base my Batman knowledge on the Schumer films. Alright, what do we
Your
do now?
administrative access to Wayne Enterprises should have been reinstated by now, along with your title of CEO.
Let's see what Oswald was doing while he
I definitely
sat
read
in
more
that chair.
DC comics than I do Marvel comics.
Master Cobblepot's sense
When
of
it comes to
humor
Marvel, I
hasn't
really
changed much
mostly
since
just
you
stick
were
with
boys.
Can we
Spider-Man or
just
X-Men.
see what he was doing?
But even then, it's only like I'll read the greatest hits, kind of. But I'm more up to date with DC stuff. You guys see this? He has little penguin folders, and look at his name here. He just put his name over. Is that Comic Sans?
Penguin was tapping into surveillance systems across Gotham. Any building using Wayne Tech security could be spied on from the CEO's office.
How is that any different than the
Pretty
backdoor
funny.
into the
I
Wayne
have a little more
network
respect for
that he
Cobblepot now that he
uncovered?
just threw his name up there in
That's
Comic
not.
Sans.
Unless... Hold on. Oswald was trying to buy an island.
What on earth for?
Looks like he was using his new legal control of Carmine Falcone's assets and likeness to brand the place. It's some kind of tourist attraction.
He was going to call it
Falcone Island.
Ominous.
We need to figure out Lady Arkham's next move.
Of course.
Oh, Oswald certainly wasn't very frugal with my money.
You have a few yachts to return, it appears.
Also explains how the Children of Arkham had a
Undertale is
endless
a great
supply of
freaking
guns.
game.
Oswald was using Wayne money to arm them.
I know like everyone says that, but it was just I really enjoyed it. Although I ended up committing genocide because I killed everyone that I came in contact with in that game.
Oswald altered several public records using the Wayne network. Oswald manipulated my records as well.
It would appear your degree
I did the
was
Path
in
of Astron on my second playthrough
sociology.
because I didn't know that was a
And my
possibility
medical records.
to go in the first
There are
time.
some
I just assumed you kill everyone.
colorful diseases.
Annoying, but not hard to fix.
I haven't played Return of the Obra Dinn, but I really want to because I love that's developed by Lucas Pope, and I actually teach with two of his other games, the Repuglia Times and Papers, Please.
His background is completely
And
fabricated.
Obra Dinn, I don't know how I would teach with it, but I think it'd be really cool to do something around like critical
Calm
thinking
down,
and
Alfred. I'm
just
sure the
thinking
board
process.
realizes by
But
now that they were fooled.
it's basically a detective game.
All mention of her birth name, Victoria Arkham, is completely gone.
Wait. What's this?
It's one of the coolest looking. It's definitely one of the like the art style is really nice.
I can't tell what was
And
removed
unique.
from here, but Wayne Tech leaves a trace when it alters data. One the Bat computer can decode.
Like what I know about it, it's basically
What
you're
is
on a
it Miss Vale
ship
wanted to
and
hide?
everyone's dead, I think, and you basically have to figure out how each of the people died, like who killed who and whatnot.
What do we have here? They did more than just look at these schematics. Every building in Gotham with a Wayne Tech
I'll
security
definitely get around
system
to
can
playing
be
it
accessed from here
eventually.
and
I just
remotely
have
controlled.
I have so many games
If
on my
Oswald
backlog,
was
and
the
there's so
brawn,
many games still coming out this
Vicky is the
year.
brains. So
All right,
let's
we're gonna
check her
finish this. I'm
file.
gonna play Gone Home with
She
you
may have
guys
left clues about
next
what she
week,
was using
and then
Oswald's
we're
access
starting
for.
next week. I'm also playing this game, Night in the Woods, that I could make some curriculum for, and then Last of Us 2 is coming out, and then the new Paper Mario is coming out, and then Ghost of Tsushima is coming out. It's just there's too much stuff going on. I feel like I'm in.
Now that we know how Oswald manipulated Vicky's records, the Bat computer should be able to... There. No more holes. She was looking into
I wouldn't
Arkham
mind streaming
patients,
something like Night in the Woods, but I have it on
viewing
Switch.
records, checking
But
submissions,
hopefully one day I can figure out how to
histories.
stream games for my Switch, but I definitely don't
She
have
was trying
the
to
tech
figure out who was actually sick
to make
and
that
who was
happen.
committed because of Hill, Falcone, and my father. Vicky was digging deep. Gotham City records, Freedom of Information
Oh, and
requests,
Cyberpunk
post a
comes out later
conspiracy
this year.
forums.
That's going to be amazing.
All to find.
It's a list. Gotham buildings that use Wayne Tech security systems.
It's a list of targets.
City Hall, Arkham Asylum, GCPD headquarters, Gotham First National. It's almost every landmark
And the new
in
Assassin's
city.
Creed, which I might hold off
on to
because of how
something.
many games there are, but I'm always
Vicky
stoked
wants to
about
bypass the security
new
at a
Assassin's
Gotham
Creed games.
landmark. But without a man inside Wayne Enterprises, she can't unlock that door remotely. She'll have to get her hands dirty. And when she does, we'll find her.
Bruce, you there? It's urgent. One of the Bat prototypes has been stolen.
By Lady Arkham?
Not quite. I'm patching you the feed now.
She stole from you?
How could she?
After all that you two...
Alfred.
Yeah, I know, Bruce, but why would she do this? Is she that cold-hearted?
I don't know if Alfred has a wife. Not that I'm aware of.
Maybe she's just messing with me. It was some kind of joke.
She broke into your office and stole valuable property as a joke?
She has an unusual sense of humor.
The device she stole.
I have no idea
It's an
what that game
electronic
is.
skeleton
Clearly.
key. With it, you could bypass any security system made by Wayne Tech.
That key is far too dangerous in Miss Kyle's hands.
Tell me more about it. What's it
especially with
about?
Lady Arkham still at large.
Get the car ready, Alfred. I'm going to get some answers from Selina.
Go to a comic book shop. Support your local comic book store. They need help. Actually, don't. You need to go watch The Legend of Korra so that we can do something with Avatar.
Damn it. Hey, Bruce.
Hello, Noah
I
dear.
wasn't expecting you. Thought I'd make it outside the city limits, at least.
If you wanted to see me, you could have just called.
The chase is so much more fun.
I will definitely look into that game then.
I know you're not here for me. Are you?
How could you struggle with Korra?
I don't blame you.
It's my favorite show ever.
I'm surprised you had a toy like this. No doubt Batman would use it for the good of Gotham, but the less noble options are so much more exciting. Why should I give it back? So much potential. Just imagine what I'd be able to dig my claws into.
One issue with Korra in general is that its production schedule was disastrous. Where originally, so there was the original show, and then originally it was just, Nickelodeon ordered just a single season. It was just going to be a limited series. So they only for, I think it was, the first season was only 12 episodes. So it was just a 12-episode season, and it was great. I love season 1, but it was a little rushed at the end.
I don't need a crutch.
But then after people really liked it, then they ordered season 2, and they're like, okay, you get one more season. So then, of course, they create another season, but then they try to wrap it up again at the end of season 2, and it's kind of meh. And then they go, oh, okay, people still like it, so now you get 2 more seasons. So then they got to create 2 more seasons, but then in the middle of season 3, they pulled it off the air and put it only online for whatever reason. And then season 4, they had ordered 14 episodes, but then in the middle of the season, they cut their budget down to like 12 episodes, and they had to do a recap episode. So there's a lot that went wrong with the production in Legend of Korra, but as a show, I still absolutely love it.
I was always going to steal from Bruce Wayne. I just never expected he'd be so interesting.
You talk a good game, but I don't buy it for a second. You're not that shallow.
You really think you know me that well?
I know that whatever this started as, that's not all it means to you now.
The only thing it means is that I'm very good at my job. I'm getting out of here while the getting's good. Gotham's a house on fire, and I'm not gonna burn with it. If you were smart, you'd get out of here.
So my
too.
students said that they chose the option. I knew I could never trust you.
Family.
So then she storms off angrily.
Just leave it all behind. Do something more meaningful with those skills of yours. You don't need the money, but think of the fun.
No, I am Batman.
Gotham needs
Gotham
me.
needs me.
And I won't abandon the people of this city, no matter how they feel about me.
After the way they've treated you, you've got one hell of a thick skin. You're gonna need it.
Everyone needs to watch
It'll
Avatar
be good to
sometime.
put
It's just
some
incredible.
distance between us. After all, look at what happened to Harvey. It'd only be a matter of time before I crossed one of your lines. Isn't that right? My copy of the Boy Scout handbook is out of date. I'm bound to break some rule.
Selina, I would never hurt you.
Bruce, that's really sweet. But it brings us to the root of our problem, doesn't it? You're upset that I'm leaving. What'd you think? That because we had a sleepover, we're best friends? Is that what you really thought?
I had fun.
I had fun, Selina. Didn't you?
I'm all for fun, Bruce. But how long does this stay fun before you start wanting more? Look, Bruce, I'll admit that what you and I had, it wasn't terrible. But you were just another job. A more intriguing
Yeah, in this
job than I
playthrough,
was expecting.
I told her to stop leaning on my shoulder.
And that job's done. I'm done with you. It's not complicated. I'm not a good person. I'm certainly no hero, and I don't want to be.
You might be an anti-hero.
That's all I am. I told you that from the start. I never pretended to be anything else.
Here my students chose that's all you are, so I'm going to say, that's not
It's
true.
not true. I
See what
know
happens.
there's more to you than that. You're just afraid to admit it.
You'd like it if that were true, wouldn't you? Why would you even think that? I've made my feelings pretty clear. Why aren't you listening?
Make a
You
good
fought
team.
by my side, and together we saved a lot of lives.
Do you prefer Steven or
I
Emery?
had to know that wouldn't last.
Because I've heard people
But it
refer
was
to you as
nice
both.
while it did. You know, after I found out you were Batman, I thought nothing else could surprise me. But you just keep on surprising me.
I can give her a hug.
Well, it's been fun.
That was a weird hug. Everyone's had an awkward hug like that.
See you around?
Maybe.
Lucius, I've got the key.
To be fair, I put her in the friend
hold
zone,
on,
not the
Alfred's
other way
online.
around.
Hey, Alfred,
Bruce, Lady Arkham, she's here. I tried to keep them out, but...
Alfred? Alfred! Alfred!
You know Alfred kicks some ass.
Lucius, it's Bruce. He's not here. Damn it.
You see Lucius's face is
I'm
still
going
on
to
the
search
phone.
for clues.
Just tell me how I can help.
Get over here as fast as you can.
I'm on my way. We're gonna find him, Bruce.
I know.
Look at that pool stick stuck in the wall up top.
What happened to you, Al?
Okay, detective time.
A scuff mark. What could have caused this?
Oh, it's a fire poker. Okay.
How the hell?
I'm just as confused as you, Bruce. But you're not. You're supposed to be the world's greatest detective. You should not be confused.
Furniture scattered outwards from a single point. What did they do to you, Alfred?
Yeah, blood on marble. I'm assuming this is marble. I'm assuming someone's head got hit here.
Ash everywhere.
Oh, I can link. Okay. With the scuff.
I don't see a connection here.
Well, I'm just an idiot. Oh. The fire poker?
Alfred grabbed the fireplace poker
that
to
makes
fend
more
off
sense,
an
I guess.
attacker.
I thought it was
knocked
gonna be like
away.
ash from the fireplace on the ground or something. Broken shelf.
Something big was thrown against this wall.
Probably a
Or
person.
someone. Face was knocked over in the struggle. The fight left nothing untouched.
That sucks. When I used to live with
looks
my
like it
parents,
came
we
off
had
a
a pool table in the
high-velocity
basement,
hit.
and cleaning anything out of like the felt material on the top is a huge pain in the ass. So I don't know how you get blood out of it. Blood splatter.
The lock's been completely destroyed. Alfred must have barricaded himself in here. But they got in anyway.
Scuff marks. I have no idea what I'm supposed to connect.
Lady Arkham must have used the concussion blast
Sure.
from her staff to try and stop Alfred.
And there is something on the door. I guess not. See you guys later. Thanks for coming even for just a little bit. We're going to play a different game next week. Next week we're going to start Gone Home, which is usually the first game I teach with every year. So definitely be there for that, because I love that game. It's really great. Where do I connect? I'm totally missing something. There's a link here. Oh, okay.
This pool cue was used as a weapon. Swung so hard it broke in half. Alfred used the pool cue as a weapon.
You're damn right he
Broke
did.
it across his attacker's head. When that didn't stop him, he used the jagged end to stab him, spraying blood across the pool table.
That's hardcore.
I know what happened. The children of Arkham broke in. Alfred barricaded himself inside the parlor. He had just enough time to grab a pool cue as a weapon before Lady Arkham blasted the doors open. He broke it across one of their heads, then stabbed him to get away. Another assailant
Basically just as
tackled
good a
Alfred,
fighter as Batman.
knocking over the vase. Alfred
He didn't. This
almost
was just the guy in the
escaped,
pool cue. He didn't even
but then
have
Lady
the
Arkham
suit
entered
or
the
any of the
parlor.
gadgets.
Used her staff's concussion blast scattering all the furniture in her path, throwing him against the wall by the fireplace. So Alfred grabs the nearest thing to use as a weapon to defend himself. But Lady Arkham deflected Alfred's attack, causing the poker to fly across the room and lodge into the wall. More blood on the mantle. He smashed his face into it.
Ouch.
Wait. That picture doesn't belong there. Lady Arkham wanted me to find this.
But why?
Alfred. The butler did it. Password reckoning. You have no idea.
The butler did it from that joke, right? Of like who killed the person in the house. I think where it's like this person was doing that, this person was doing that, the butler was picking up the mail, right? And it was Sunday, so you know there's no mail on Sunday, so the butler did it. I know that was a perfect retelling of the joke.
Bruce Wayne, you should be rotting in a padded cell. Now, your butler, the man who raised you like his own son, will suffer in your place. But don't worry, you'll get him back eventually. Peace, my bloody peace.
Alfred.
What do you guys think of Lady Arkham as a villain so far?
We have to keep a cool head, Lucius. Worrying isn't going to help Alfred. We need to focus.
You're right. Let's get started.
Alfred keeps adjusting his glasses. The reflection. He's making sure I see the reflection in his glasses. He knows the Bat-computer can use multiple reflection angles to recreate the room that he's in.
What was the last episode? The last episode starts with you in Arkham.
Good thinking, Alfred.
For hitting Cobblepot before that, and then...
Damn it.
You meet the Joker in Arkham, he helps get you out, and then...
working again.
We took down Two-Face at the end of last episode.
Okay, Lucius. Freeze frame on the first signal Alfred gives.
Paint us a picture. Here we go.
Stairs leading up. Cement walls. We're in a basement. Alfred's trying to look at things that might give us a clue to where he's being held.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't say that this game is...
He's wounded.
Top tier in terms of storytelling. It's kind of pretty generic, but it's kind of fun to analyze, at least, which was the idea of having my students play through it to see whether or not the choices actually make the storytelling better or worse. But you know, we were also learning from home, and my students wanted to play superhero games, so this is what we went with.
Rogers Plumbing. A service company for the water heater.
Now, only if there was a Superman game like this, I would be all over that.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
True. Most of my students do have a lot of background knowledge about Batman, which helps. So they don't need like any context. They know what's going on.
A Mason stamp.
Only one Masonic lodge in the city. Gotham City Fraternal Order of Stonemasons.
So the house was built in 1945 by them. That's a big lead. Lady Arkham.
When I was in college, I lived on the road from an abandoned Masonic temple, and I always wanted to go in at some point, but I didn't want to get arrested for trespassing, so we never did. But it always looked cool peering in through the windows.
The basement window.
What's that outside?
Give me a second.
It's an MTA bus
stop.
There we go.
That's literally what New York City bus stops look like.
Okay, I think we have enough to pinpoint a location.
Well, let's hope.
These are all the homes serviced by this water heater company on the days and months listed.
Okay, build year.
Filtering for all homes built on that date. I can get the bus line from this, but no stop number. This will help pinpoint the neighborhood.
Alright, so examine the data.
You are not going to believe this.
What is it?
Lady Arkham is back at the Vale House, where
Oh,
she
how
killed
convenient.
her foster parents. According to its records, it has a basement. We know where Alfred is, but I'm without a working
You know, as
basement.
most homes in the United States do, they tend to have basements.
One of the early prototypes.
He sounded
It
very
has
shocked that a
basic
house would
power
have a basement, but I
functionality,
feel like that's pretty
but
commonplace
outside of that,
in the US.
It doesn't protect much more than your identity, I'm afraid.
Good call. Thank you, Lucius.
It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it should still scare the crap out of criminals.
That's all I need.
This ends tonight.
That's too real, Potter. Too real.
Heading into the basement. Be careful.
I wouldn't mind. So if I did the Super Smash Brothers lesson, it would be tough. It would have to. I wouldn't be able to do it alone. I would need one of.
I'm all right.
I would need someone else to hop in with me. But then I would need a setup to stream Switch, because right now I don't have a capture card, and I only have a MacBook. I don't know.
There's no one here.
I don't know how well it works connecting the Switch to the capture card to the TV to the MacBook. But if it's
I'm going
doable,
to see what I can find.
then I'd be up
Standing
for
by.
it. The Never Alone curriculum, I'd totally be down to do it. I think that the copy I bought is on my Switch, but I think it is available on PS4 as well.
This is where they had Alfred.
Never Alone is really cool. It's made by, I forget the name of the studio. I'd have to go look it up quickly, but it is made by natives in Alaska, and it's all about Native Alaskan folklore. Yeah, usually I go by ZACK, not ZACH.
There's a boot print in the blood. Lady Arkham's soldiers dragged him. The trail stops at the wall. Actually,
it goes under
it. Sounds like there's more to this basement than it would appear. Taking a closer look.
The Smash lesson would be fun to do. It doesn't take too long, but I would also like to just play you guys in Smash because I'm really good at it. Although sometimes there's a lot of lag when playing that game online. Push or kick the wall. I'm gonna kick the wall.
Let's find out what the Veils were
I'm
hiding.
Batman. I'm not pushing. I'm kicking.
There's a small room with a hole in the floor. A rope ladder.
I would definitely destroy you in Smash. I'm really good. But if I lose because of lag, I will blame the lag because I'm a sore loser. I did a lesson with God of War, which I'm totally down to do. It wasn't about like the mythology in it. It was actually about, I used it as a teaching social emotional learning lesson in my advisory class, and it was all about empathy and how the beginning 30 minutes of that game make you feel empathetic, and I would go over with my students why you feel empathy for the characters, especially why you feel empathy for Kratos, a character who is historically a tough person to empathize with because he's kind of a dick.
Shackles, belts, blood.
What?
Vicky. She was kept down here, locked away.
Who could do that to their child?
Yeah, the game gets really dark during this point.
Understand.
What is there to understand? To willfully hurt a child?
It's why she killed the Veils. They abused her.
I'm not saying what she did was right, but I can't imagine what she went through.
I mean, you guys know how common it is for suburban families to have little dungeons where they keep children.
I followed Alfred's blood into this
My
hole.
students were losing their minds during this scene in the chat.
He would have left me a clue.
But then again, they're also... So a lot of my students are Dominican, and they love telenovelas. So anytime something dramatic happens, they adore it and they eat it up. So the second this happened, they thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Even though, like, it seems ridiculous, like, they thought it was amazing.
There are drawings. Vicky must have drawn them when she was a prisoner. The chalk here is different, newer. Bloody scratches.
And they're also teenagers, so like
someone tried to climb
they
out.
eat this stuff up.
No.
They don't have so much of the like critical lens yet. They just see crazy superhero stuff and they think it's great.
It's caked in blood. Disturbing. Vicky created her here, in this room. This is where Vicky Vale became Lady Arkham. Shackles. Blood on them. Old. And new.
But now we have to wonder, is the kid that we found in the house earlier, was this also happening to him?
This blood is fresher than the rest. Must be Alfred's.
Hey, you didn't know that cats are always thirsty?
Alfred's glasses. One piece apart from the others. Red. The same color as my tech. Can't be a coincidence. Maybe... words. They're highlighted. Taking me. Those towers. That must be Arkham Asylum.
Of course it is.
Alfred left me another clue. This is what he wanted me to find. To see. He spelled it out here. Taking me. And used Vicky's own drawing of Arkham for the location.
I actually didn't know that, Potters. Thanks for sharing. When I said that cats are always thirsty, I was just talking out of my ass.
Would see them.
That's the final piece. Arkham. She's been using Wayne Enterprises to get access to the buildings with Wayne Tech security systems, including Arkham Asylum. She's going to open the doors, release the inmates, and she took Alfred with her. Call Gordon in the GCPD.
I'm on it.
Lady Arkham won't be expecting us. We'll catch her by surprise.
Arkham Asylum is still the best Batman game. Arkham City and Arkham Knight were really cool, but I think Arkham Asylum just had that you know, Arkham City and Arkham Knight were both open world games, and Arkham Asylum definitely felt more like a Metroidvania, and it was, I think it just, they really nailed that genre,
says the GCPD
especially
are
in
on their
3D,
way.
since
He's
Metroidvanias
leading
are
the
usually
team
better in
himself.
2D.
If you can find Alfred, maybe you can get him out of there before all hell breaks loose.
Almost ready. Let her know.
Copy. On our way. Go ahead. I got this.
I do like Arkham City a lot. I thought it was a fantastic game,
Vicky.
but I have a
Tell
soft
me
spot
where
for Arkham
Alfred
Asylum.
Pennyworth is.
The butler. Bruce Wayne has a bat on his payroll.
Answer the question.
Where he
Yeah,
is
but
doesn't
Arkham
matter.
Asylum had
He'll be dead soon.
the Scarecrow
Another
moments,
corpse
which are unlike anything else in video games. It is so cool.
Killing him won't solve anything.
But it will teach Bruce Wayne a lesson.
I think the only real problem I have with Arkham Asylum is the final fight. It was a little too generic. When Joker took the serum.
Did Gotham look away from you, Vicky?
Don't try to psychoanalyze me, Batman. You have no idea what I've done to come this far. Too much to turn back now.
I don't care what you've been through. How long you spent in that hole. How many times they beat you. The only thing I care about is locking you up. For good this time.
I see why you fight for the heartless people of the city. You're just like them. And you'll suffer the same fate. Your time's run out.
I mean, yeah, Scarecrow and Batman both, like, try to have the same effects on people. They both, the whole point of Batman is to make criminals fear him, and that's what Scarecrow makes everyone fear him with his toxins.
There's nothing you can do, Batman. You underestimate the true children of Arkham. These souls kept behind bars.
You can be occasionally filthy.
Open the doors! Arkham! Listen to me! Freedom is yours! The only one standing in our way is Batman.
Batman. He stuck me in here! Me too. Let me out.
Like, if I was one of these people, I would run away from Batman. They gotta know. Like, get the hell away from Batman. Why would you try and fight Batman? I like that Harvey was in the cell there.
Batman! The entire security system's offline. Every inmate's loose.
The leader of the Children of Arkham. Did you see her?
They went.
Like, it's like every inmate is just completely prone to violence in here. You would think that some inmates would either stay in their cell or try and help. But I know, it's a comic book, so it's fine.
Vicky.
Ooh, throw him up here. I'm gonna throw him through here. I'm gonna throw him into the door. Oh, I'm gonna hit him in the face with the door. I will clearly have him tase himself. The table? No, I'm gonna throw her up here. Alright. Oh, damn, what a kick. Ooh, I like that. That was a classic Batman stance in the air. Or Batman pose. Ooh, someone had a haircut.
Take your time, Saz.
Speaking of haircuts, I had to give myself a haircut the other week, and probably pretty soon I'm gonna have to give myself a haircut again.
You're going to die.
Oh, Gordon, there he is. That would kill a person.
Truly inspiring. Such a pleasure to see your work in person.
Jesus.
Oh, Joker's on my side.
Gordon's here.
We'll round up the rest of the inmates. You stop Lady Arkham.
There's no
Well,
way out.
hello.
There's always another way here, Batman. All the people that Thomas Wayne condemned to this place unwillingly, they speak through the walls. Their ghosts walk. They know the way.
I can't help those people now, but I can help Alfred Pennyworth. Take me to
I think the name of the song in Moana is We Know the Way, but that's one of my favorite Disney songs. It's great. Right. See you later, Historian. I think there's only like 15 minutes left. If you wanted to catch the end on, I'll post it on YouTube later.
Vicky.
And then we get Gone Home next week.
Vicky, show yourself. Let him go.
The butler has to die. Payment for Thomas Wayne's sins. He took away my
But
family,
Alfred didn't do
so I'll
anything.
take away his sons. If you really want to save the butler, bring me Bruce Wayne. If anyone can find him, it's you.
I'm not gonna bring you someone just so you can murder him.
Well then, the butler's death is on you. You're doing so much for one old man.
Oop, I can move.
Vicky, stop playing games.
This isn't a game to me. You know, Batman, I really don't understand. Why are you fighting me? I've done great
Because you
things
took
for
my
Gotham.
butler.
Falcone and Hill deserved to die. If anything, I did you a favor. We're fighting the same fight, Batman. Can't you see that? We want the same things.
Ooh, let's see if I say
I
this.
won't argue. Falcone and Hill got what they deserved.
That's quite the turnabout, Batman. think I believe you. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be defending him. You think Bruce Wayne is any better than his father? He hides behind his status.
I do think he's better.
Well, he's a coward, leaving other men to carry his burdens. You aren't my enemy, Batman. Wayne is.
I do kind of like how comic booky this scene is, with all the booby traps.
I'm curious, Batman. I know why I wear the mask. It's who I am. Who I was always meant to be. What about you? Do you wear the mask to hide?
I wear the mask because I'm Batman.
Really are you the man? Or the mask?
Batman is who I am. Who I need to be. To do what must be done.
If that's what you believe, you're lying to yourself. You wear the mask so that you can't be held accountable.
Which, based on like how this game tells the story, he is kind of lying to himself there, because it really, the whole point of this game is that Bruce Wayne is just as important as Batman. Ooh, now we get our religious symbolism, as is tradition.
Hold on, Alfred. You came for me. After what you said, I knew you'd come. The man I made you.
Just hold on, Alfred. Did you see where she went?
She just...
You'll be okay, Alfred.
I'm getting you out of here.
Above you!
Interesting how you speak to him.
So there's a choice coming up that I'm gonna do a little bit differently than what my students did.
Such concern for someone you've never met before.
Release him. Then we'll talk.
You know, I just don't believe you. I think Alfred may be the only way I can make you talk. It makes me wonder, do you really care? Only one way to find out.
Oh, Batman, don't you...
Shut up, old man! You've seen my true self. Your turn. Prove that you can. Take off your mask. Let me see them.
So my students chose to attack, but I kind of want to see what happens if I remove the cowl.
What it'll take to save him.
No! No, Bruce.
This must be some kind of trick. Bruce Wayne, he'd never be the man Batman is. He only looks out for himself. But of course. Now I understand.
So this breaks her mind.
Batman, you can prey upon the weak, the defenseless, just like your father did.
She's moving goalposts, or playing some mental gymnastics.
There's nothing heroic about you.
I can't change what happened in the past. I would have fought for you, Vicky. No one should have to suffer the way that you did.
You don't know how I suffered. But you will. I'll show you what Thomas Wayne did to me. To my family.
Oh, look at that. That's different. So when my students chose to attack, instead of... That didn't happen. Your ear was fine. And the other with the other way,
No more lies.
she actually does
No
blast
more
Alfred,
talk.
and he
The
loses
only
an eye.
truth left is in your death.
But how am I gonna hear now? It's not just a bat ear. He just screeches.
I'll bury you.
My students didn't really enjoy this fight scene overall.
Stop, Vicky. It's over.
Nothing will keep me from my revenge.
There's definitely some lag on my end, I feel. There we go. There we go. I don't like lag. It's one of my pet peeves.
You belong in this place, Bruce. Lost, forgotten, buried.
No one would
And
forget
Gotham
Bruce Wayne.
will not mourn. The sins of the Wayne bloodline end here.
My students specifically really liked that moment. They got all hyped about it. Alfred is definitely getting lucky, avoiding all these rocks while in a coma.
I see your true face. I'll never trust you.
You won't need to. See, that's kind of given away, like, especially if she learns Bruce's identity, she's gonna die. You can't have anyone who knows who Bruce is. You
As
only
to
get
last
one
week's
dad joke.
events
You're not
at
allowed to have
Arkham
two dad
Asylum,
jokes.
A spokesperson for the GCPD assured us that the breakout has been contained and all inmates have been returned to their cells. Miss Vale is missing and presumed dead following a gruesome battle with the caped vigilante known only as the Batman. Her death marks
Her face
the
was definitely
end
not
of
supposed to be
Children of
blurry
Arkham's
like that on
reign
the
of
screen.
terror.
If the public knew the half of it, It's better that they don't.
This came in the mail. It's unsigned.
So if you did not reveal your identity, I like how he's got a little chip out of his ear.
Going on,
but if you went the other way, Alfred would actually have an eye
to
patch
thank you
during
for
this
what
scene.
you did, sacrificing your identity for my safety. But it was a dangerous thing to do. You could lose everything. The secrecy you've worked so hard to maintain.
I did it for you, Alfred.
Without you, none of this would work. You are my family.
You don't know how good it is to hear you say that. After everything that's happened. And your ear? At least there's something left of it.
The animation for that is a little silly.
It adds character.
It's like a puzzle piece.
That it does.
To fit something in.
We will get through this, Bruce. Don't lose sight of the fact that you've done some real good for Gotham. You should be proud.
Gotham is safer now. I only hope the peace will last.
We could all use some peace. To peace.
The damage done by the children of Arkham has left Gotham a city in turmoil. Faith in those at the top has perhaps irrevocably
I think that's a glitch. I don't think that's supposed to be blurry.
Acting Commissioner James Gordon has promised to speak out about the issue tonight during an emergency citywide address.
And I hope, despite the recent terror that's gripped our city, that Gotham's leading citizens will come out to show their support.
Will his token appointment be enough to regain the city's trust? It remains to be seen. But experts agree that
Gordon requested Gotham's leaders to stand behind him.
And here we're going to get one final decision to make in the game.
Let Gotham see who Bruce Wayne truly is, and let them know what you plan to do for his future.
Well, this could be a fresh start.
For you, and for this city. Though, in Gotham, the only figure that can make as much impact as a Wayne
is Batman.
You've helped this city tremendously.
Right, so now we can either
Both
go to
as
this
Bruce
conference
Wayne
as Bruce Wayne
Batman.
or as Batman.
And that person, whether he dons
And
a cape
when
or
my
not,
students were playing through
someone
this, the
I'm proud
student
of
who was playing
and honored
asked the rest of the class what they wanted to do, and they voted to go as Bruce Wayne. So I'll decide to go as Batman to just see how it plays out a little differently.
So, what do you intend to do about tonight?
Well, Lucius has yet to invent a suit that'll let Bruce Wayne and Batman be in the same place at once.
That is unfortunate. I suppose you must decide whose appearance will be more valuable. As Bruce, you can help repair the damage done to your name, get the public support so that you can change things from the top down. But Batman is a symbol of justice and strength. Maybe in these dark times, that is truly what Gotham needs the most.
And I will be going
Perhaps
as
one is
Batman.
Batman will be in attendance.
You'll make quite the impression. Gordon will be grateful.
We are currently awaiting newly appointed Acting Police Commissioner James Gordon, who will address the city for the first time.
I'm the hero that Gotham
terrorist attacks
deserves.
perpetrated by Lady Arkham.
Bruce is the hero that Gotham needs. Look at this smoke animation. I can't get over the smoke.
Batman.
Too silly.
Is everything all right? I assume you're not here to give a speech. So, what is it?
I wanted to show
it's
my
an
support.
important day. Your first address to the city as acting commissioner. I wanted you to know that I stand with you. I want Gotham to know that there are those who will fight for them.
Oh, I'm glad you feel that way. City's on edge. Tonight can make all the difference. You're one hell of an addition to this lineup. Gotham's best and brightest have turned out for this. Look, I know you're not a man of many words, but I'd like to
It's okay,
say
neither
something
am
to
I.
Gotham on your behalf. Is there anything you'd like them to know? Maybe about how you'd like to be seen moving forward?
Tell them
I will be watching
I'll
them,
always be
like
watching
Santa
out
Claus.
for them.
I'm sure they'll appreciate hearing that. You know, I always wanted this. To be commissioner someday. To have the chance to shape
Not
this.
like this. You know, the meme from the Matrix? Not
I
like
should
this.
probably be used to that by now. Now, in the last few weeks, as much violence and terror as I've seen, I've also seen the citizens of this community band together to fight those threats. One of those citizens is Batman. He wanted me to tell you all that he'll be watching, ensuring the safety of our good citizens. But one hero cannot change Gotham on his own. He needs all of you, too. Let Gotham be a city of heroes. United, strong.
I don't know, one vigilante's okay. You get a ton of vigilantes, you probably have a problem. Quite a number of terrorist attacks in the city.
Clear the area! Get that bastard to lock up!
Again, another reason why you should not be a cop in Gotham, because literally all of them will die.
Just minutes ago, Acting Commissioner James Gordon delivered a rousing speech that turned into a shocking assassination attempt on his life. Batman made short work of the assassin.
Oh boy, it's gonna be tough to top that.
But I'll give it a shot.
And then I know there's the sequel game to this, so that's it. But yeah, I know in the sequel game, Joker has a much larger role to play in that story. But yeah, that's the game. Let's see. Right, so and the majority of players, we decided to distract Penguin so Gordon can get the job done. You and 27.7% of players told Alfred it didn't matter who was at fault. Alright, so most people comforted him, saying that he wasn't to blame. I regarded Selina as more than a thief. So did the majority. The majority of people took off the cowl, which is interesting, instead of keeping the identity secret. And I attended as Batman, but the majority attended as Bruce Wayne. Alright, so that's it. That's the story. Before we go, I wanted to bring in some of what my students wrote about it. I didn't want to say anything earlier in case of spoilers. So, like, one of the questions I asked was that the player is given one final choice to attend a press conference with either Batman or Bruce Wayne. What choice was made and how do they feel about the decisions made regarding Bruce's identity? And this student said that, so the final choice was to attend the conference as Bruce, and they felt it was okay depending on the circumstances. They wanted to show Bruce overcoming the sins of his family. And the student in particular thought that the decisions were at least well balanced between the two aspects of their identity. And then I asked, the next game is going to be Gone Home, which is it's a walking simulator game where you kind of walk through a house, you do some detective work, and you're just kind of learning what's going on. And it's always the first game that I teach with every year when I teach. And the idea for that game, it's going to be going over like different literary elements, rhetorical devices used in the game. And Gone Home is really it's a special game in general, which you'll see why. And I'll probably play it over 2 weeks because it's about 3 hours total, so I'll just split it into 2 sessions. But that's truly a special game. But then, so this game was good. I enjoyed teaching with it. I don't think it's the best lesson or unit that I've ever done, but nothing I do remote learning, teaching from home through just the computer, through Twitch, is ever going to be perfect. A lot of, like, even if I was able to play this game with them in the classroom, it would have been better because we could have facilitated those conversations more rather than just in a chat box. But the students enjoyed it. They liked having some options in where the story went, and I'll call it a success. And they were at least engaged for the 5 weeks. They came to each session. Attendance was high, and that's pretty much all I can ask for, given the circumstances of life in New York City at the moment. But thank you all for coming. Thank you for sticking through 5 episodes of this, and next week we'll get into Gone Home. All right, I will see you all later. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I was overall compassionate. Remember in the beginning of this, I said I was going to try and be mean or angry? I guess I was not enough.